Learning takes time. That's what everyone says, right? For my whole life, I always thought that there was something wrong with me and that everyone else had the answers come easy to them. I vividly remember coming home and asking my mom, is there something wrong with me that you're not telling me about? Why was I the only one struggling? And one day I was taken out of class to get a resource, which was at the time a completely inconceivable concept to me. I was confused about what it was and why did I need it. Yes, I didn't understand anything I was reading, and it was like I was reading a completely different language. But why did I have to do this? And why was I almost always ostracized by my teachers, taking me to sit with them at a small semicircle table in the corner where I felt alone and sad? I knew I didn't understand what I was doing, but I also didn't want any extra attention. I didn't want to be the slow kid who always asked for help, so I sat there and struggled for years, never doing well in elementary school or middle school, and never understanding anything I was learning. 8th grade hit, and I realized I couldn't continue going through school just doing the bare minimum. I decided to seek help on what I didn't understand, and I got a tutor and met with my tutors almost every single day. I felt something click. I felt something click. I went from just looking at a math problem to actually understanding it. But for every peak, there's a valley. First 3 months of freshman year was my valley. I was put in pre-algebra, which, by the way, I think I've only told like 20 people I was in this class last year, so better feel blessed. But I went from 8th grade killing it back to where I was in elementary school, feeling like I was alone back in that corner. And I also felt like everyone around me was doing better than I was. It was a lonely few months school-wise and socially. I felt like I had no place to fit in. At this point, I developed depression, and no one really knew except for my best friend, and I became suicidal. It was a rough time, but I got through it. After those rough couple of months, I finally found my place, and once again, I heard that click. My friend group was coming together, and pre-algebra was insanely easy. I was getting through the year, and I got some awesome hobbies. I've always been doing this thing called National Charity League. It's a thing where you do community service with your mom, and I've always thought of it as a chore, but last year I actually started doing something I was super passionate about. Every third Friday, okay, well that's the photo that you missed. But every third Friday, there's a special needs dance for people of all ages, and I volunteered there every third Friday. My cousin Rowan, who has cerebral palsy, the first time I went, I really felt something amazing. I bonded with so many different people who I still see every third Friday. All these people who attend this dance have such little contact with normal people because society thinks they're not normal and they should be put away in a corner. And I really connected with them. I left every time with a bigger smile than when I came, and you could really tell that the small interaction you may have with someone is so important. I found a safe space where I could be myself, and I learned through my struggle that there are many valleys you may come upon, but it takes so little to help someone reach their peak.